Okay, what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna sit 10k off a target, we're gonna blap it really quick, and then we're gonna warp to the run spot. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Outstanding. Okay, stand by.
So hey guys, here's the deal. They got their Prophecy fleet up, and then Razor also has an Oracle fleet. So we should have some interesting stuff about to happen.
So it's going to be like this. We're going to portal through, and at the same time, the triage carriers are going to jump. Just the triage carriers are first. Everyone clear?
Let me see. Oh crap. I think... Will we be able to take on Guardians?
Yeah, they got 4 Guardians. I don't think we should do this.
we can do this.
Don't worry about that.
Now we're gonna fucking play some fun games.
Wow, it's racing.
Fun, relax. All wings align. Primary is the Dominics in 5, 4, 3, 2. Decloak, decloak, decloak. Torpedoes on the Dominics.
Orbit on me, micro warp drives on. We're moving.
Secondaries, Vipers, and the Omen.
He's in structure. Take him down.
Dude, that revelation out now.
All units on the ramp.
Burn out towards that jump now.
All damps on the damnation. All damps on the damnation. Scepter, stay here and tackle prophecies. This is where we fight.
Alright. So I'm carrying 100 times more than my ship is worth. There were some pirates chasing me. There's one guy chasing me through like 5 different systems. Alright, I need to get the fuck out of this system.
This little rock right here is worth about 166 million ISK. For some people this might not be a big deal, but for me, it's huge.
Seller 4.2, pretty nice. Gonna produce 4 of them, 2 days, 19 hours, 11 minutes, 44 seconds. We can expect to make 8 to 10 million around there.
51 out of 56 grid? Okay, good. And we've got 5 modules to fit in here. The ship's speed is actually pretty good. It can hit 4K a second. We're gonna hurt that now by adding on some armor buffer.
Up, success! Yeah. Thanks, dude.
Yay, Soft is so much fun.
Oh yeah, such fun. It's almost done now. Like, less than a week. Oh look! Okay,
Whoa!
got it. Oh,
Whoa!
Wow! That is Rixing Kings right there.
Archivian silos down, Archivian silos down. Go, 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 silos down. Portal, portal, primary.
Gate is green, gate is green. Sniper skills to long range ULAS BSC. Aggregates idle and green, come on.
Oh shit, how do I warp to something?
E-War drone. All E-War drones on Scott.
Where are you decloaking?
Pax, so will be the secondary. Oh my god, that's a target! Holy shit!
Let's go! Get those fucking bombs out! Red group fire! Gold group stand by! Come on, boys! Come on, come on, come on! Yeah! Yeah! Oh, that fucking sweet!
Welcome back to another episode of EVT Collides. We have a amazing match for you this evening. We have Warlords of the Deep versus We Form VOLTA. One of the top teams left indeed in this league. Super excited. 2 very competitive groups, so I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen tonight. I'll quickly run through the people that we have with us tonight. So special guests this evening, we have CCP Fozzy and CCP Larrikin. And on the staff list, Again, from top to bottom in TeamSpeak, we have Suleiman Shower, we have Terendian Biohazard, Apotheny, who will be hosting for you tonight. We have Chasseur, Elise Randolph, Gorski Car, Chocolate Rain, and Sutonia next to Dwygon, who's hiding at the top just there. So lots of people involved again with tonight's episode. I'm really looking forward to it. I'll give a quick shout out to our sponsors before I hand over to my wonderful and esteemed host this evening. Quick shout out for Plantronics, Cooler Master, EveBet, and CCP themselves for making this possible. Apotheny, I'm sure we have a couple of questions for Fozzie in just a minute as well. Did we send anything out? Talk to me, Bio. Okay. Are we on fresh restart?
Yeah. You're still talking on Twitch.
Oh, that's great.
Yep. Oh well, technical difficulties. These things happen.
Production value.
Okay, cool. It looks like we're back. It looks like we're absolutely fine. Sounds absolutely a-okay. So if anybody didn't hear that first bit, we will redo it for you thinly a little bit later. Before we're going to throw it to Apotheny, who's going to be leading the show this evening and give you some magical lyrics, I'm sure. A quick question for CCP Fozzie, who's the master and commander-in-chief this evening on Grid. I believe you've brought some special tools with you, and you are going to be zapping the people that will exceed the 125-kilometer boundary. Is this correct?
Yeah, we're running the same tool that we use for the Alliance tournament here. So it handles checking to make sure people are on the right ships, moving them to the arena, allowing them to warp, and then things like auto-destroying them if they get outside of the boundary.
That is absolutely amazing, and it's obviously for these type of tournaments makes a massive difference. Like we've explained in the Fight Club tournament, when somebody exceeds the 125 kilometer boundary, we basically have to void the match because there is no way for us to basically exclude this or let this person have no effect on the match any further. But obviously, with the participation of CCP and the magical skills that they bring with them, we obviously can. So if somebody exceeds the boundary, they will be zapped, and we can continue the match as normal. And I think with that little ramble, I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Apotheny himself.
Hey guys, have you all watching Collides tonight? We have two amazing tournament teams for you this evening. First team we have is We Form VOLTA. They used to be part of the Alliance Triumvirate, and the guys on the team actually before that were part of the AT-10 winning Verge of Collapse team. So really strong pilots, led by, I believe, Starfleet Commander, who's currently a commentator on Even T Fight Club, which you guys should also absolutely check out. The other team tonight we have for you is Warlords of the Deep, many of whom were previously in the team Hydra Reloaded, team that is known for just beautiful, perfect execution of piloting really, really high skill comps that they just push the best out of. It's brilliant to watch both of these teams in tournament play, so much so that let's just get straight to the first match. For this first match, we are going to have Elise and Randolph and CCP Larrikin to be casting for us tonight, so I'll hand straight over to the studio.
Good afternoon, morning, and/or evening, my internet space friends. We are here for the very first match of the semi-finals. EVNT Collides Warlords of the Deep versus We Form VOLTA. I am joined by the absolutely adorable Elise Randolph, and let's kick this off. We have Warlords in red flying two Curas, a Vindicated Guardian, and a Blackbird. Why don't you tell me what the other side's flying, Elise?
VOLTA is taking a double Onyx, Bifrost, Maulus, Cerberus sort of kite control team right now, which looks to be like the match has just started, so it looks to be that the VOLTA squad are trying to send their Onyxes forward to sort of screen whatever the Warlords team is going to throw out at them. Both sides just kind of sitting, waiting for the other side to move, getting the positional advantage. They warped in at a 180-degree angle from one another, so they're about as far as they can possibly be.
Almost 100 kilometers away from each other, actually. We're seeing some EC-300s coming out from Warlords, and they're running over to jump onto the Maulus, which is obviously going to be trying to control the other side's lock range, etc. A couple more EC300s coming out, and a whole bunch of armor drone.
Blackbird's going down. Blackbird's going
here we
down
go.
for the Warlords team right now. This was the first primary for the VOLTA team, and see if it's bait fit or not. No, there we go. First blood goes to VOLTA, taking out the
Wow, so
Blackbird.
quick. Meanwhile, the Bifrost is sitting pretty strong there, while the Cura is going down pretty rapidly as well. He's half armor, almost hit bang into structure. And he's gone.
Brainstraw is
gone.
down. Kruger is gone. This Vindicator is going to get kited and controlled so hard. As I say that, he's actually sitting on Starfleet Commander's Onyx. So we get to see how a Starfleet Commander can tank a Vindicator sitting on his face.
That's what we all want. Vindicator sitting on our face. Meanwhile, the other Cura is not having a wonderful time of either. Shield's gone, but he seems to be getting a little bit of reps. Probably those light maintenance armor bots there, keeping him up a little bit. Or the Guardian.
It's important to note that the VOLTA team didn't actually take a logistic ship, so they're going for max control, and that's going to be their form of tanking, just controlling the enemy team. Starfleet Commander is dipping into structure or into armor right now. So his tank is breaking.
Massive. Yeah, huge amounts of damage coming off that Vindicator.
Meanwhile, the VOLTA team has swapped over to Planet 6's Guardian, so they're going straight for the Logi, realizing that they can just control this Vindicator with their remaining Onyx. At least that's what they're hoping.
I mean, that Starfleet Commander went down. Meanwhile, the Guardian is taking a whole bunch of damage as well. I'm actually not 100% sure what's putting all the damage onto him there. But it's kind of going to be a Vindicator versus Cerberus, Onyx, Bifrost, and Molia. So I'm kind of curious how this goes. I don't know how this game's going to go. He is pulling some range there.
He is moving pretty quickly, but I don't think the VOLTA team really cares. They can project almost entirely across the arena right now, and they're just holding this poor Vindicator down. He is not able to move at all.
Yeah.
As I say that, he's actually going 1200, so he's able to move
He's
perfectly
able
fine.
to move quite well, but probably not enough to actually catch up with any of the Kaidi VOLTA team. So, but that Guardian's pulling back. He's doing pretty well now, above half armor. I mean, he's still taking a chunk of damage there, but he's doing all right. The Vindicator
he's
just
doing
isn't
much better
on
now.
Vindicator
It looks like
just
the entire VOLTA team seems to be on reload right now. So this damage, the Guardian's just able to rep it up completely. And if you've got an ancillary rep, the reload time for the ancillary rep is basically the same as the reload time for the light missiles.
Have you actually checked? I haven't checked. The VOLTA team, are they using rapids, or what?
We can check. I would assume so, at least on the Serb. It definitely looks like it right now, and right now they're swapping over to Alan Delacourt in the crew, or the last remaining tackle and control for the Warlords team.
I mean, once that crew is down, it's going to be very difficult for the Warlords team to get that Vindicator on top of something. I mean, once it is on top of something, it's going to have a field day, but if they can take that crew down, which is obviously getting a whole chunk of reps from that Guardian right now, then they're in a fairly strong spot.
It looks like a slight misplay by the VOLTA team. The Vindicator is sitting right on the Onyx of Theranet. So
that is not good for that Onyx.
He's in a bad spot, and as a quick response, the VOLTA team has decided to waste all of their DPS onto Planet 6's Guardian, and down he goes. The Guardian is down. This is a huge save for the VOLTA team.
Yeah,
the Vindicator's melting so hard.
Oh, that Onyx just vanished. That Vindicator took him down so quickly there.
Alright, so there's no more control left, really, on the VOLTA team. But they also have no Logi, so all the VOLTA team have to do is kite around the Vindicator, and they can win. This was an amazing piloting performance by VOLTA.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
by Warlords, actually.
It must be super frustrating to be in this situation with as the Vindicator, though. I mean, you've got all this damage, and I just don't think VOLTA's going to be able to kill a Vindicator. I'm assuming his self-tank's probably high enough to, and with the reload cycles of the rapid lights, he's fine. Cura's definitely, he's going down. Alton in the Cura just dies, but it must be fairly frustrating as the Vindicator pilot to be stuck in this situation.
Yeah, the crewers generally provide a lot of control for the Vindicator team, but when you're up against a kite team just as strong as this, with the basically the 37-kilometer scrams on these Onyxes, it's really annoying. And of course,
meanwhile-
another advantage that the VOLTA team has is they've got the Bifrost, which brings links, and the Warlords team did not have links at all.
No, they don't. So the Vindicator is chasing after the Cerberus right now, which is pretty much all of the DPS left on the Volta team. But I think this is not going to happen for him.
Yeah, well, the Serbs got the Praetors from the Vindicator chasing him, so as long as he can just not boundary violate, which is a lot harder than it seems, and
As
not
know,
run into
at
10
least.
kilometers of a Vindy, he should be okay.
So we're gonna have a little bit of time here. We'll probably get about 3 minutes left in this match. If you're the Cerberus pilot, obviously you need to keep range here. Do you go for the kill on the Vindicator, or do you just make this as safe as possible? Finish off those Praetors, just clean the match up. Maybe even try and snag some loot. What's your play here as that Cerberus pilot? I mean, the Morlius pilot obviously is going to be keeping as much range as it can. It looks like the Bifrost is in fact going after those Praetors. I mean, 3 of them down so far, only 2 left. 4 down.
If I'm in his spot, I'm trying to do some mental math, ask my teammates, hey, are we winning on points? Oh, we are? Okay, that's cool. I can just focus on not flying out of the arena, focus on not burning out my modules or anything, and just try and remain composure and just keep owning.
Which he's managed to do. All of the Predators that were chasing after him, which is the only realistic damage that Vindicator could put onto the Cerberus, are all dead. So I think we're just in for a bit of a wait. See
Indeed. What do you think about these setups that we saw them open up with?
I think this is a strong setup. It comes a lot down to piloting skill, obviously, but Volta, clearly showed that they have that. But I think it could have easily gone the other way. I mean, if we'd seen an extra web cycle here or there, and that Vindicator being able to get onto top of something, that would have been, the whole match would have gone significantly different.
Yeah, completely. But I think my view of this is a little bit of a bad dice roll for the Warlords team. They took a rush team, essentially, with a lot of control in the crewers. But they went on to basically a hard control kite team. It's just like a mishmash of archetypes for Volta. They managed to get kite and control at once. Oh, meanwhile, Mystical Smallest actually just is getting pummeled by this Vindicator who's just firing null at him, and he was caught slipping. Almost a disaster for Mystical Might, but he's repping back up a little bit and running away a little bit better.
I've gone a little bit too far. I can't lock everything anymore. Give me a second here.
Alright, so Volta have decided that they're going to try and finish off the Vindicator. Vindicator is now just taking damage. We see ECM drones swarming on top of him. There's 1 minute remaining. So I'm not sure if he's going to die in that remaining minute. Derb's going to have to reload. It does appear like he's using rapid lights, as where the Onyx is, unless my eyes deceive me.
So, I haven't been keeping up with all of the event fits. I haven't been keeping up with the current meta. If you're fitting this Vindicator, at least, how do you fit it? Some local... I don't think you can have any local tank on these things, or are you allowed 1 rep?
You're allowed to rep with these things, just similar to the Alliance tournament.
Okay.
Though for this fit, since they had a Guardian and some rep bots, I think this is probably just a passive tank and lots of damage. And just so you can kind of... run at people. This Vindicator is definitely, as we saw him melt Onyxes, he is definitely a blaster.
Max damage. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining there. The Vindicator is definitely going to survive, and congratulations to Volta. They took this match convincingly.
Yeah, it was a very, very good match. Very, very great piloting by the Volta team. I was completely dumbfounded by how great they were flying. But that is it for us. This is Elise Randolph. I was joined by CCB Larrikin, and we'll send it back to Apothny.
The new high-performance Rig 500 headset from Plantronics is designed to match the skills of an aspiring esport player with the gear they need to win. The new modular system gives you the power to adapt, upgrade, and personalize your headset for the task at hand. The Rig 500 series of gaming headsets are engineered to deliver the perfect combination of durable lightweight comfort in an immersive audio environment. 7.1 surround sound and 24-bit audio provide a stunning 360-degree sound field with directional audio. 40mm drivers with low-frequency resonators provide crisp highs and boosted bass. Clear voice noise-canceling technology provides clear communication to your teammates. From the headset company that equips the pros, the 500 series was crafted to meet the needs of esports and competitive players around the world. The new Rig 500 series of headsets from Plantronics. Respect the training. Reactions win.
And we're back. Thank you very much for sticking with us there. We have a couple of technical issues which we're going to do a quick restart for. So if you can just hang back for approximately 1 minute while we reset a couple of things back of house here, and we'll be right back to discuss this match.